Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today. Good morning traders, how are you? Today is Tuesday the 21st of June. I hope you had a good trading day yesterday. If you did, please leave a comment, or maybe you need help with something, so please leave a question. As always guys, we're going to start with a recap of yesterday. We're going to look at today's potential trades, and we're also going to look at the important news for today as well. Alright, so let's start with yesterday. Let's have a recap of the trades. So there were three trades from yesterday, guys. The first one is this, the US dollar against the Swiss franc. Okay, so the idea was to short this market. All right, price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Then eventually price came down and broke this low here. Okay, so for me, structure had changed. And then price came all the way back up to test this last high here. All right. And ever since it's tested this last high, we've got a very strong reaction, from that level. Part of that was because of the interest rate decision. Okay, but even still, we want to take price lower. And the day before, we just had this wick bounce off our grey zone. So the idea was just to take it back down to this blue line here, which corresponded with these last lows. Okay. And as you can see, guys, price did come down to the last H1 low here. But let's look at exactly what did happen on the H1, guys. All right. See if we had a trade. What we wanted to see, guys, was price come back up into our grey zone, okay, and then come down. Okay, but as you can see, guys, that didn't happen. All right, so was there another candlestick pattern that we could have entered on? Well, by the time I got up, guys, I normally trade around here, this sort of hour. There was no value. It had already come down more or less to our last H1 low. And as you know, guys, this is always our first target. So for that reason, I simply didn't have a trade. There was this candle here. Okay, but again, the risk to reward, I'd have to put my stop up here somewhere, If you were up a bit earlier than me, guys, this was a good candle to enter on. I like these candles when there's a lot of sideways movement, not a lot happening, and then bang, we get a very bearish or very bullish candle, and we know sellers or buyers have taken control of the market. So this candle here, would have been a good entry candle, and then you could have just taken price back down to this low. All right, but I simply wasn't up, guys. By the time I got up, I didn't have a trade. Okay, but let me know how you traded it, guys. Maybe you got in on this trade because the direction was good. It was just a case of could we get into it. All right, guys, that was the first one from yesterday. The second one was this. This is the Aussie dollar against the New Zealand dollar. All right, and we were looking to short this market. So price was in an uptrend. We had higher highs, higher lows. Didn't create a higher high. Okay, so this always tells me that price could potentially be breaking down, and then eventually this large red candle here, this large bearish candle, breaks these lows here, guys. Okay, so we have lower lows. So for me, price structure is now in a downtrend, and we had this very bearish candle. So the idea was just to take price back down to this blue line. Okay. Again, price did carry on down for most of yesterday, but let's have a look at the H1 to see if we could get in on the trade. Okay, so so we had two grey zones, guys. Again, price didn't come up and then test the grey zone to come back down, or even this grey zone to come back down. All right, so that didn't happen. Okay, so it didn't retrace enough to give us very good value. But again, you can, trade on the first sort of bearish candlestick pattern you see. All right, because now, guys, as price develops throughout the day, new H1 zones appear. And as you can see, guys, this is now an important zone. Yeah, so this last high here, yeah, price has reacted again. So it'll be interesting to see what price does at this zone here, because I'm still think this pair is coming down lower. Okay. All right, but for us yesterday, the candle you could have entered on, this was sort of the first bearish engulfing candlestick pattern that we saw. So you could enter here, then just take price back down to this low here. Okay, put your stop above this last swing high here. Okay, and that's exactly what I did, guys. I entered on this candle. Yeah, I got a little bit over a risk to reward of 1:1. And just took price back down to these lows. Okay, I'm still in this trade for 20%, but as I said, this zone here is now an important zone, and my stop is above this. Okay, so we'll see what happens today, but 80%, I closed here. I'm still in this trade for 20%. Okay, so we made some profit on this pair. Let me know how you traded this one, guys. Did you get in on this candle? Okay, or did you stay out because we didn't get enough retrace? Okay, that's the second trade. The third trade was this. This was the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. And we were looking to buy this market because price was in a downtrend. Okay, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And then price shot up, yeah, with this large bullish candle. And it broke this last high here. Yeah, this last high was taken out. So for me, structure has changed and we are in an uptrend. Okay, and we had this wick bounce off of our grey zone. So the idea was just to take price up to this blue line here. Okay, but as you can see, that didn't quite happen, guys. But price did move up for most of the day. Okay, but let's look at H1 again to see if we did have a trade. Okay. And again, guys, yeah, so price didn't quite. So again, by the time I got up, guys, yeah, it's around here. Okay, by the time I start trading, yeah, around this zone here. Yeah, and as you can see, the last high was here. So for me, I just didn't have an opportunity to get in on this pair. Yeah, by the time I got up, it'd already be at the last H1 high over here. Okay, so there was no trade for me. But you guys, maybe you traded this. This would have been a good entry candle. Again, we have a lot of sideways movement. And then, bang, we get a strong candle that tells us that buyers are in control. As I explained earlier, I like this setup. Yeah, sideways action followed by a strong candle in either direction if you're buying or selling. Okay, so this candle here would have been a good entry candle. Put your stop below these swing lows here and take price back up to this last H1 high here. Okay, so you'd have got a risk to reward of roughly 1:1. But for me, guys, by the time I got up, I didn't have a trade. But again, let me know how you traded it. So yeah, a little bit of a frustrating day, guys. Our direction was good. It got back to our first targets, which are the H1 highs or lows, but it just didn't give us an opportunity to take price there. Okay, so yeah, a little frustrating day, although we had a good trade on the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Okay, so yeah, that's the recap, guys. Let's look at today's potential trades now. Guys, if you enjoyed yesterday's recap, then please smash the like button. Yeah, it really helps support the channel. And also come join us. Subscribe to Simply Forex and then smash the notification button. That way you'll receive an alert every single day, guys. All right. So trades for Tuesday, the 21st of June. We've got 2 trades for today. The first one is this. This is the pound against the Canadian dollar, and we are looking to buy this market. All right. So price was in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. But then price shot back up, and we had a very bullish candle form. Doesn't get much more bullish than that. And it broke this zone here, this last high. Okay, so the idea is price, it is already at this grey zone, which corresponds with these last highs. So I'm looking for a reaction here to take price back up to this blue line, or even this blue line here, guys. Okay, so we're looking to long this pair. Let's look at H1 for execution. Yeah, so what we're going to see, guys, as you can see, price has been flirting with this grey zone for some time. All right, but what we want to see is a strong reaction from this grey zone. Okay, and we want to see that in the form of a bullish candlestick pattern. All right, so once the European and London markets open, I want to see a bullish candlestick pattern appear. Yeah, out of this grey zone, we can then enter the trade, and take price back up to these last highs. Okay, but we do need to see a strong bullish candle come out of this grey zone. Okay, and then we can just take 80% up to these last highs here, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run up to one of our higher time frame targets. If price starts breaking down out of this grey zone, guys, there is another grey zone here, okay, which we could enter on as well. Okay, let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see which support that. So you can see it, yeah, from this area here, these last areas of support. Okay, so price could come down to this grey zone. But again, we want to see a bullish candlestick pattern form. We can enter the trade, take price back up to the last H1 high, which may be here. We don't know yet. It hasn't formed. Okay, and then leave 20% on the trade to run up to one of our higher time frame targets. All right, but pound against Canadian dollar long today. Second trade for today is this. This is the Aussie dollar against New Zealand dollar. So we was obviously shorting this from yesterday as well, guys, and we're still trying to short this. Okay, so price was in an uptrend. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows. Didn't create a higher high. Yeah, this tells me that price could be breaking down. And then sure enough, it does. Yeah, we get this very large bearish candle form, which breaks these lows here. So we now have lower lows. Structure is in a downtrend. And we also had this candle here as well formed yesterday, which tells me with this wick and the body of the red candle, price still wants to come down. And our target hasn't changed. Yeah, we still want to take price back down to this blue line here, which corresponds with these last lows. Okay, so we're looking to short this pair still. Let's look at H1 for our execution, our entry. So as I mentioned in my recap, guys, yeah, price changes throughout the day. So we now have a new grey zone. Yeah, so this grey zone here corresponds with all these, yeah, these last highs. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, so first of all, we just want to see a reaction from this grey zone in the form, yes, we want to see a reaction at this grey zone in the form of a bearish candlestick pattern. We can enter the trade and then take price back down to these last lows, close 80% of the trade and leave 20% to run. Okay, just out of curiosity, this candle here doesn't tell me sellers are in control. Yeah, if you look at the candle before it, this very sort of bullish green candle. Then we have a red candle with this wick. All right, so for me, this is not a strong enough candle to enter on. But later on, when the European, UK markets open, yeah, we should hopefully get a bearish candlestick pattern form here. If it doesn't, yeah, then price could come back up to this grey zone. Again, let me zoom out. So that corresponds with these last lows here. So price could retrace up into this grey zone. Again, we want to see a bearish candlestick pattern. We enter, we take price back down to the last H1 low, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run, guys. All right, so yeah, Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar short. All right, so they're the two trade ideas for today, guys. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis and would like to receive it every single day, Monday to Friday, then please subscribe to the channel and smash that notification button. That way you'll receive an alert every single morning, guys. All right, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so news for today, for Tuesday, the 21st of June. So overnight, guys, we had this 3-star rating coming out of Australia. Okay, but we didn't see too much movement on the Aussie dollar. So yeah, but that's been and gone. The first piece of news that we're interested in today, guys, is this. At 1:30, coming out of Canada, we've got a 3-star rating in the form of core retail sales. Okay, so this could move any Canadian dollar pair, so must be aware of that, guys. And then at 3 o'clock, another 3-star rating coming out of the US. We've got existing home sales. Okay, but they're the only two pieces of news that we're interested in, guys. As you can see, no other 3-star ratings for the rest of the day. Okay, guys, so yeah, that's the news. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. That will be greatly appreciated. I hope you have a fantastic trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys.